Good morning, good night, good evening. Today we are bringing you Baltimore, the tech line ship for the American heavy cruisers. It goes from weak Pensacola, weak New Orleans, to a strong Baltimore. Right off the bat, without the merit flag, 5% to credits, 55 to ship XP, 65 to commander XP, and then 100 to the clan. Okay? Armor-wise, 27mm bow, 25.7mm side, 152 Citadel armor belt, and then stern is 27 with a 27mm deck. Again, you're really HE susceptible, so be aware of that. They overmatch your bow. Let's say it's most ships will. 16-inch guns will overmatch your bow. 15-inch, if you angle wrong, will overmatch and chunk you pretty well. But 15-inch guns and 16-inch guns, be aware of those. They do hurt. And you do have a waterline sittable. We're just going to say sittable, folks. As you can see, that is the sittable right there. Really hard to miss. Again, if a strong enough ship hits you and just shoots above it, it will just end up being most likely an overpin because it goes for this 27. Then it will go through practically the middle, which is only 6mm, and then back out, which would result in an overpin. So it wouldn't stick. So your best bet would be to hope that you show broadside and they hit you in an overpin. Hopefully. Survivability wise, 42,400. Average standard for that tier. 4% torpedo reduction. Do not take torps in this thing. You will lose your health exceptionally fast. Main battery, 10-second reload. Minimum 6-second switch time. Minimum 26-second 180. Max dispersion 132. 16-kilometer range. Secondary standard, nothing much special about it. 7-kilometer range, 5.4 reload, 1800 max damage, 5% of fire, 21 armor pin, and a 792 velocity. Again, the velocity on these shells are floaty. At roughly around 5 to 10K, they start to get more flat. Just be aware, though, that at a certain angle, same with the Des Moines, when you reach, if you're at point blank range, that front turret does not shoot because it doesn't want to shoot over this bow for some reason. So be aware of that. Airstrike for CV counter, 7 kilometers to payload bombs, and 4,200 max damage. Average, hope the sub's bad because you don't have much anti-sub ability. AA wise, not the best, but decent at 23 or Lycans, 12 quad mounts, 6 12-inch guns and dual mounts. Most of that damage is in the short range and medium. Long range, average. Sorry. Long range shell explosions, 1540, 5.8 range. Against tier 8, you can still put up a fight. If they really want to strike you, they will hurt you. Kaga, Colossus. Most ships will hurt you, let's be honest, if it's a good tier 8 CV player. Tier 6, they might still strike you a little bit, but you can maul them pretty good. Maneuverability, 32.5 knots, 730 turning circle, 6-second rudder shift, not bad. 9-kilometer detection and a half, so really decent. You will get stealth radar on this ship. So, how I have her set up, I do main armaments 1, hydroacoustic search, aiming system, steering gears, concealment. Now, you could do radar or hydro, but since that only adds like maybe 5 more seconds of reload or activation time to your radar, it's not much. I'd rather have a longer hydro range for my hydro. Since I don't get a lot of charges, I'd rather maximize my hydro. Since I don't have the best torpedo protection, as long as that's going, I'm a lot more safer from torpedoes. And then you get like 3 charges of radar. They're 10-kilometer charges, and you have a 9.9 detection. So that is stealth radar. For the exterior, you can get the normal one. Again, if you haven't bought it, it's really cheap at like 100 doubloons. And that's what the alternative looks like. It's average, not the best. if you're able enough to get like the Bionic or the Freedom from the Distant Voyages container, you know, put those on. I think they look great, but you can feel free to run a ship naked. For a 15-point captain, grease the gears, gun feeder, adrenaline rush, top grade gunner, concealment, and then superintendent, consumable enhancements, and then you could take off priority target, put incoming fire alert, and then put those 2 skills back into demolition expert. That's what I would do for a Des Moines build. Because basically, when priority target was 1 skill, it was more worth it. Now, since 2 points, it's not so much worth it. I just don't want to respect my captain, so I just keep it like this. But there are times where knowing the number of people shooting you does come in handy. But we'll show you what she does in the replay. Hello, and welcome back to the channel. This is Lord Holland 4293, and we got some Baltimore gameplay for you folks. We haven't had a lot of Baltimore footage, and I was thinking when I was, streaming, I was thinking, well, we haven't had a lot of Baltimore in a while, so let's do some Baltimore. And we've got Colossus, we got Volrong in the Colossus, a Massey, a Bismarck, Balti, Gokasa, Mahan, and a Jervis. Now, let's be honest, Baltimore is just an amazing ship. An amazing ship. There is absolutely nothing wrong with this ship. Absolutely nothing wrong. And the spawns are going to go from 10 line, 5 line, and then the 1 line. So, very easy to predict. But we also get to see how the Colossus works in this match too. So we'll be highlighting 2 ships. And I'm shooting AP because I know I could pin that Kuma, but you did see how Colossus just, well, deletes it right off the bat. But that was a Kuma. And Baltimore's AP is the super heavy AP that the British heavy cruisers do get. And when they mean heavy, and even Volrong says, well, it's a Kuma. LOL. Because even he knows it was a Kuma. And you're thinking, no, we're not up to much. But remember, these do get improved pin angles also. And the AP is really good. I mean, yeah, I'm getting ricochets. But when these shells do hit, you'll see. They do massive damage. Like 17,000. The AP on the ship is exceptionally powerful. Like, there is nothing wrong with with the AP on this ship. 13,000. So, in about, 2 salvos, we went up 30,000 damage. And the reason Volrong's saying that flew of retreat is because Colossus rockets don't have the best, aren't like Germans where you can kind of go over an island and shoot. They don't have that ability to. They have some ability, but they're not as perfect as Germans of kind of going over the island, lining up, and striking targets behind the island. And basically doing that kind of sniping with those rockets. They're not as capable of doing that. But Baltimore, I mean, when you get those broadsides, it is just an amazing ship. Amazing ship, let's be honest. The HE is very decent too, but the ship is mostly an AP spammer. The AP is good, but it can be slightly anemic. And that it's decent, but it's not great. We do pick up the Fubuki from, well, max range, almost. And you did see, at long range like that, you do see how floaty these shells are. So the shorter the range of the ship, the more effective, well, Baltimore is. Fortunately, Colossus comes in and knocks out the Moss. That was very helpful for me. The Massey's out here, and I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to push out and help the Massey. But my goal is also to save as much health. Right there, we get one set it out. We get about 10,000 on that one cruiser. I didn't bother going for the Ioba because I knew Volrung was coming in with the rockets, and I wanted the Colossus to just get it because I'm just going to go for the battleship. Help out the Massey. But you see, I'm just shooting AP into its side, and I'm getting, 4 to 3K chunks off it every 10 seconds. It adds up. And you see the rockets did try, but he botched that strike.
Reconnaissance reporting. Third attack is about to be launched.
Now, our Cosset is probably going to go down if he doesn't get out of there. Now, we do pick up the Baron. That puts us at 3 kills and 82,000. And we're still about 2/3 health. And right now we're moving basically into position to basically take on the third wave. And they're basically asking, what we don't know what the tier 6 is doing. But okay, I mean, I don't know if he's going to go down. My top grade gunner kicks in now. Now I can actually start putting shells out every 9 seconds. Once you get the aim on this ship factored, it's very easy to hit ships long range. That's only 7,000. But I am going to take a lot of them because I honestly thought the Massey would come in with me. So I've got 2 cruisers, but remember, those cruisers pin my armor. And that was around 13,000 on that, with the 2 salvos on that Aoba. And we got a nice 12k salvo. We should have him on this strike, though. I think. Yeah, we'll get him. So that's, well, 3 cruisers. We only need 1 more to get our natural selection. Fortunately, the Jervis came out, so they're shooting him. We do pick up the Kagero. And we're just going to barely dodge all these torps. Because let's be honest, those were Japanese torps. 1 torp and my health is gone. Wolrong will pick up the Myoku, so we just have to kill the York. And we priced 120,000. But we did lose about half of our health, so we're at half health now. But the cruisers are spawning, so we're gonna get perfectly beautiful broadsides on these ships. We just have to get around this island first before we can actually hit it.
Reporting. Enemy cruisers entered the combat zone. They're chasing our aircraft carrier.
Attention. Reporting a target position.
He tries to go in with his rockets, but, you know, there goes the rocket planes, and that was about 20,000 off. At least. Oh, I guess that was Cruiser 3, I guess. Yeah, that was Cruiser 3, my bad. I thought there was Cruiser 4. But you see, we're just chunking this Hipper right now. Like, we're just taking 6, 7, multiple salvos, and it's chunked. The AP is just wrecking this guy. He will die to us. I mean, that's without a question. And there's our natural selection. We pick it up on an overpin for 350. But we crossed 150 and we're at, well, 200k. Almost. Yes, I should be falling back, but I tell the DD to lay a smoke screen, because if they can get closer to me and I can use that smoke, then I'll be okay. We did take a shot from the Musashi right there. Fortunately, it just, well, it doesn't citadel us. It only clips our side. Nice, you know, get into the smoke screen. And I have AP loaded, because I'm waiting for it to get perfectly close, like really close. Because they'll keep shooting the DD as long as I'm here. And I'm undetected. I missed that salvo, but again, you know, it's 8-second reload. By the time the DD torps hit, it's too late. Beautiful salvo, 17k. And that plate takes us to 177. Now, here's where the hard part is. Because the Gneiss now is full health. I should have dodged this torp. There was no reason I should have not dodged this torp. But I went forward instead of backwards. That's around 7,000, but, you know, solid AP. I bounce his salvo right there and live. I'm able to get a few more strikes in. And I'm going to be dead after, once that torpedo hits me. And that allows us to cross the 205k mark, 8 kills, 18 citadels. Even if I hadn't taken that torp, the odds are that DD torp would have just killed me. But at this point, you know, we've won.
Attention. Reporting the target position.
Three torps, and that's about 12,000 on it. He will pick up that cruiser, though. So right now, as it looks, I mean, between the Baltimore and the Colossus, we've got about 14 kills on this map between us, which is a significant part. I don't know why. Now, if the Jervis had launched single fire torps, odds are he could have honestly just killed the Musashi right there. But I think he shot the Nagato instead of the Musashi. And you see that the planes do die pretty fast. Like, the Musashi's gonna go down to the Massachusetts. Again, I totally thought that Massachusetts would have, you know, would have went in with me on the third wave. I truly thought he would. The DD Torps are gonna kill the Musashi, though.
Battle ends in 5 minutes.
And there's like, he might try to get one strike off, but odds are, we're at this point. It's basically at the end game. He might get like one more strike off. But it's pretty much game over at this point. Five stars in a Baltimore, 205,000. Natural selection, assistant, 8 kills. Top, Massey second, CV third. But literally, I fired literally nothing but armor-piercing shells. When Baltimore can use its AP, it is ridiculously overpowered. Like, you just see the chunks of AP damage that just came off. I shouldn't have taken that torp from the guys now. I would have survived if I hadn't taken that torp. It was that one torp that screwed me over. That one torp. But maybe I might have still died since it was a DD torp. How much? Now did take a lot of my health. His AP, I was lucky enough to bounce the AP on my hull, which was surprising. Not great as far as profitability, but still good.